Xbox has had a pretty large week in terms of video game news, and I have to say, if you're an Xbox owner or an Xbox Game Pass subscriber, there's a ton to cover in today's video. There is everything here, from new system software updates, new games and Game Pass games announced and also updated, massive updates for some existing titles, and so much more. My name is Fletcher, and this is Xbox Nation. If you're new here or just returning, I cover everything from Xbox news, reviews and updates every single day. So if you want to keep up to date with all things Team Green, hit that subscribe button down below. Now, with that out of the way, let's dive into the massive news and updates coming our way. First up, I wanted to cover probably one of the biggest news stories of this entire week, and it came out of the Warhammer Skull Showcase. The team at Games Workshop and Sega have announced that the first 40k Space Marine title is getting a new gen remaster. If you're like me and you're a massive fan of the Warhammer 40,000 series, then I bet you can't wait for this brand new game. It's ultimately called the Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine Master Crafted Edition. The biggest bit of news though is this is also coming as a day one release onto Xbox Game Pass, which I have to say is some fantastic news. Better yet, the Space Marine Master Crafted Edition is just a few weeks away as well from dropping onto Xbox. This faithful restoration of the original 360 title launches for both the Xbox Series X and S consoles on the 10th of June, including that as a day one release onto Game Pass Ultimate. Interestingly enough though, there has been quite a lot of discourse about this new title online, and that's simply because at the moment it has only been announced for Xbox and Steam, making it a Xbox console exclusive at this moment in time. I do think it's a shame though that other gamers do miss out on this game due to their system preference, but this does bring even more value to our Xbox consoles and Xbox Game Pass subscriptions. Are you going to be diving into this brand new remaster? You'll have to let me know down below. I'm personally incredibly excited. As I said, I'm a massive fan of the Warhammer universe, and I love Space Marine 2 when that launched last year. Over the past year, we've seen some massive improvements in the Xbox cloud gaming realm, and it's especially been Xbox's fastest growing sector alongside PC, especially in countries like Brazil, where consoles are still pretty expensive to this day. I do have some good news for you though, especially if you're an Xbox cloud gamer, as Xbox recently updated their Stream Your Own Game initiative, and I have to say this has been improved on time and time again. As part of this week's Xbox Game Pass roundup, the team has announced a different sort of cloud gaming refresh. Out of the blue, 15 Xbox titles will become cloud compatible in general later this year, including loads of old Microsoft first party releases, and I've chucked this list on screen for you now. I don't really remember the last time we saw a batch of Xbox games become cloud compatible like this, as the team usually builds out this list when it adds titles to Xbox Game Pass. Given that these titles are much older games in general, Microsoft is probably revisiting some of its back catalogue to make sure they work across as many platforms as possible. There has been a lot of discussion over the past few months about whether the idea of Steam being included as part of the next Xbox console could actually happen or not, but apparently it is something that Microsoft has been in talks over. In a report over on Windows Central, editor Ches Corden stated the following: "For my part, I can say that Xbox has been in talks with PC storefront users, including Steam's Valve, about what exactly that might look like. There have been other rumours that full integration is even in testing, although I take that with a pinch of salt for now. There are a lot of unanswered questions right now, and it'd be interesting to see how this develops moving forward. It's definitely going to be a while before we see this happening, but it'll be very interesting to see how this goes." At present, the next generation of Xbox consoles is rumoured to be launching in 2027, and that's alongside a traditional console, alongside that new handheld that's been teased as well. It'll be very interesting to see as well how Xbox progresses into this next generation, but I'm extremely excited moving forward. This week has been a fantastic week as well for all of us Xbox Game Pass subscribers. Not only did we see a brand new game, or should I say service, drop onto the Xbox Game Pass subscription service, but there's also a brand new update for a game that's coming very soon, which will have some Game Pass perks with it. In a huge surprise announcement, Xbox introduced a brand new feature called Retro Classics, and this is available for Xbox Game Pass members that actually allows you to play over 50 old games from Activision, with many more to come in time, and you can play this right now. Retro Classics is actually part of a collaboration with Antstream Arcade and takes the form of a streaming-based feature that allows you to play these games over the cloud, complete with unique challenges, leaderboards, and so much more. You'll of course need a good and stable internet connection to enjoy Xbox Retro Classics, but it should otherwise run pretty well. I have tried the Antstream Arcade service out in the past, but I also tried out the Xbox Retro Classics section over the past couple of days. I have to say it performs very well, but I didn't really expect any less, as latency surely isn't really much of a factor with these older experiences. We then had an update about the upcoming release of Zenless Zone Zero here on Xbox, and yes, even though this game is free to play, it will include benefits for you Xbox Game Pass subscribers. The release date for Zenless Zone Zero has finally been confirmed, and it will be releasing on the 6th of June this year. This will bring with it a load of new features to the game, including fresh characters, expanded explorations, and an optimized gaming experience. There is also an exclusive Xbox starter pack that's available to pre-order right now for Zenless Zone Zero, and it features various in-game content to give you a head start on the 6th of June for just $9.99. But if you're an Xbox Game Pass subscriber, you will get loads of extra benefits for being in that subscription service, especially with this game. There'll be everything from daily logins, exclusive items, and so much more. And I'll bring you some update of what this will entail on the 6th of June. We had a very big announcement over the past week in terms of hardware, as Xbox have revealed in partnership with CD Projekt Red to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Witcher games. The Xbox team unveiled a set of The Witcher 3 Special Edition Xbox controllers that are actually exclusive to the Microsoft Store, and you can literally buy them right now, but do be warned, they have sold out pretty quickly in most regions, but the odd one does still pop up now and then. The standard The Witcher 3 10th Anniversary Special Edition Xbox controller comes in at $80, while the Xbox Elite Series 2 Core controller with The Witcher 3 10th Anniversary Special Edition comes in at a whopping $170. This does feature all the extras that you do get with the Elite Core series as well. I've personally been incredibly lucky to snag one of these controllers, and I actually got it delivered today, and I have to say, this controller is absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love the design of this controller, and the amount of detail that it incorporates makes this one of my favourites of this generation, alongside the Doom the Dark Ages controller. Obviously, the biggest standout, as you can see right now, is the red-eyed wolf on the front, alongside that Slavic alphabet and nods to the original games. Did you manage to snag a copy of this controller? You'll have to let me know your thoughts down below. In case you missed it, and as a big release that launched this week, Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon is now available on both the Xbox Series consoles. I have mentioned this RPG a few times in upcoming gaming lists, and I know many of you have been incredibly hyped for this game, especially as it harkens back to the good old days of Skyrim and Oblivion. It has seemed to have fared pretty well since its launch, with many loving it so far, including myself. Over on places like Steam, Tainted Grail has a very positive review, based on 4,600 reviews so far, with the most recent reviews actually amounting to an overwhelmingly positive rating. I did have a chance to review this game, and the video is now live on the channel. I do have a lot of thoughts here, a lot positive, but also quite a bit negative. If you are interested in what you see and want to know if this game is worth grabbing, along with the performance on both the Xbox consoles, then make sure to click the card on screen now, or click the link in the comments below. As well as Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon arriving onto Xbox this week, we also have another huge game that's entered the Xbox library in an open beta phase. The Portal-powered arena shooter Splitgate was a huge surprise when it originally released back a few years ago now, but its life was ultimately cut short when the development team decided to focus on a brand new sequel. Now, after ongoing tests, the open beta for Splitgate 2 is available for every single platform, including both the Xbox Series consoles and also Xbox One consoles. It once again will throw us into maps where you must teleport to outsmart your opponents. There are more than 25 weapons at your disposal at launch, including weapon customization, as you can engage in 10 modes across more than 15 maps, and even some brand new custom maps. There's a new mode as well, which is called Multi-Team Mayhem, which supports up to 24 players, where you can compete in all-out warfare across a brand new map. Are you going to be diving into this brand new open beta, or have you already played it already? I'd be keen to hear your thoughts, and if you would like me to review this game, then let me know in the comments below. It's almost that time of year again, and at the moment it's less than a couple of weeks to go until the Xbox showcase for this year, and I have to say I'm incredibly excited. But it does also mean there's going to be a lot more showcases around this season, and here's the ones that you need to watch out for. With pretty much every showcase taking place within just a few days or even hours of each other. It all kicks off with the Summer Game Pass Live on the 6th of June, while other particularly notable events including the Future Game Show, the PC Gaming Show, hopefully featuring some PC Game Pass reveals, and yet to be announced the Ubisoft Forward Show. Obviously the biggest show for all of us Xbox gamers will be the Xbox Showcase and also the Outer Worlds 2 Direct shortly after this show as well. I will be covering pretty much all of these live streams during my time here, so if you want to join me when these live streams go live and you want to know when they're going on, I'll chuck them up on screen now. As you can see, the most notable ones will be the Summer Game Pass Live, Wholesome Direct, the Future Game Show, Xbox Game Showcase, and the PC Gaming Show. Out of all of these, I will be streaming every single one. The only one I won't be doing is the Accessibility Summer Showcase and also Day of the Devs. That's just simply because it's my birthday on the 6th of June. I hope you are all excited for this brand new gaming season, as this time of year really is sort of Christmas for all of us gamers. I will be doing some opinion pieces as well as predictions coming very soon, so make sure to subscribe down below. Now, in case you missed any of the news that I already covered this week in previous videos, we did have the Xbox Game Pass lineup for the second wave of May and into early June. There are some absolute bangers here, and what I've done is I've chucked the graphic on screen for you now. The most obvious and easily the main highlight this week is seeing Metaphor ReFantasio enter the service so soon after its release. This was an incredibly highly rated JRPG coming from the devs behind the Persona 1 through 5 series, and so many of you have absolutely loved this one. If you haven't tried it yet, then make sure to check out when it comes to Xbox Game Pass, and if you want to check out the remaining 18 games that are coming soon, make sure to check out the video on the channel or with the card on screen now. So, what do you think about the Xbox updates for this week? Are you interested in picking up the Witcher 3 controller? And how do you feel about the upcoming Space Marine 1 remake? And are you going to dive into it when it comes straight onto Xbox Game Pass? Let's discuss this in the comment section below, as I love speaking to you all about the Xbox world, and also make sure to like this video if you enjoyed. Do subscribe as well to keep up to date with all things Xbox, as I cover everything from news, reviews and updates every single day. Whilst you're here though, why don't you check out my Tainted Grail The Fall of Avalon review. I have to say, if you're a fan of games like Skyrim, Witcher or even Oblivion, then you definitely need to check out this new experience.